Hello, hello, hello. And we're back.
And we are back.
Back and better. Hey,
Back and ready.
I hope you are all doing well. How are you?
I'm good.
Amazing.
I'm good. I'm doing well. Finished uni.
Whee! Congrats, hey.
Thank you.
Hey, you
I'm
know,
living life, you know.
hey, that life is just getting started. I like that.
How are you, Yeni?
Me? All is well. Marching on each and every day, man. Can't complain, you know. So, yes, and we're back. And today we are going to be speaking on politics. Ooh. Politics.
Heavy.
Very heavy. The title is Politics in Action. So let's make Britain great again. Ooh. That sounds familiar, you know?
It does.
Sounds like the MAGA, you know?
Isn't it?
Make America great again. But
That's
this
what
one
we're trying to
is our
do
spin.
here.
This is our spin. So let's make Britain great again. But what does that look like?
It's a good
So,
question.
I'm going to just
Straight
drop
into
that. Shall I drop it straight into it? So I say, do you think Britain is actually getting worse?
I would say that it's been better in previous years. So I think that, you know, in terms of cost of living, in terms of inflation, in terms of opportunities for young people, in terms of just money and financially, what is that phrase called? Is it a
GDP.
The country is, I think, it's on a decline at the moment with a lot of aspects in terms of British people and the people that exist here. So, what do you think?
I think it is actually over-exaggerated. I feel there are some issues happening, but I think in the grand scheme of things, I think things are progressing in terms of that there's an awakening with young people. I think there's a lot of innovators. There's a lot of people just coming out of Britain. Yes, they may have left, you know, but I think those that are leaving, they're also coming back, returning with valuable information, insights to help those that are coming up as well.
Yeah.
So in terms of resources and opportunities, there's a plethora of that. There's so many of that in Britain in particular. I think the decline, I say, is in some pockets of sectors, you know. I feel the media can sensationalize and exaggerate a lot of stuff, which may not be the reality in itself, but in terms of, like, I say, the medical department and sector, NHS, you know, they've been hit pillar to post.
Yes.
And I know in terms of their decline, it's definitely due to, you know, pressure from, you know, government bodies and stuff like that, but also civilians, you know, in terms of population. It's growing, you know, but when there's growth, there's good growth, but there's also growth that can pinch you as well, which, you know, we may not be ready or be well equipped for, which I guess I see why people say, okay, we're in the decline because we're not well equipped. So
I do think social media has a big role to play in that, especially the news as well, that it just makes it seem like the country is like declining like week by week. And you know, the thing that the media does sometimes, it uses very negative language and, you know, so that fear mongering as well, to like make people think that, you know, things are going terrible. But really and truly, I think a lot of people do oversight the good things that are still there and that are, you know, becoming more and more prevalent as well. So there is that layer to that too.
Right.
I have a question for you.
What's the question?
With the recent local elections, there has been a lot of conversation about which party is good, and I feel like a lot of people are not understanding that it's not a general election. It is just the local elections, as in the party that represents, you know, in your county,
Area,
in your area. So with that in mind, why do you think everyone suddenly feels angry?
I think everyone feels angry because even though it's not a general election in terms of a national election, it's pockets of counties, of boroughs and whatnot. But you know, with those small pockets of counties and boroughs, and if you know those results were the same,
Yeah.
it builds a greater number for that particular party that is gaining seats.
Yes.
And from what we're seeing, the party that's gaining a lot of seats is a party that a lot of people are very cautious of. You know, they are very skeptical about, skeptical in the sense that we do know what their stance is, but we don't know what's next.
Yeah.
We don't know what else they want to bring about
Yeah.
in society. So that is a major concern for some people. But yeah, or majority of people other than the some.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that even alludes to, like, in terms of leadership in politics, because there are some leaders that really want to be able to invest heavily into British culture.
Yeah.
And I guess that comes to the question of defining what really is Great Britain, because it's a term that is used to explain Britain as a country, but it's like, what does that actually mean, sort of thing. So I guess a question is the greatness about the economy? Is it about its identity?
I think throughout society we view greatness as something to be marveled, something to be honored, something to be appreciated, and that often comes down to, you know, what that nation or person can bring or provide. So it's that sense of wealth, it's that sense of, you know, the tangible things, but also the intangible things that some people can value and see as great wealth, such as, you know, just intellect, emotional intelligence and wisdom, you know. But in terms of a nation, what makes them great is, you know, the people that come out of that nation, but also the things that come out of that nation as well, and what they produce, and what they also inquire from others. And
but it's how they use it.
How they use it as well. Over the years, you know, the British colony, the British, you know, empire, just like many other empires, you know, it was a case of, to show your greatness, you must conquer. But in your way of conquering, hey, it's do or die. It's my way or the highway. And a lot of that was done in all the empires. But what made Britain so powerful as well was because they conquered almost a third of the world.
Yes.
So from various parts of the world and continents of the world, and now those nations have gained independence. Some may say that, okay, many are even saying they want their reparations, they want their stuff back, you know. And the so-called Great Britain, in terms of its power, its authority over the world, has kind of shriveled into just its own islands now. So Great Britain has become bare, and
because if we talk about, like,
that's how she's been made an effect as well.
And I think that, you know, if we look at it like as Black British people, I do see the benefits, like especially in travel.
Okay.
For example, when you have the British passport, you have easy access to a lot of countries.
Not anymore, man.
No, I know.
Not anymore. No, but wait, those are about in the EU. They'll be like, oh, see ya. but I hear what you mean. Because when you're seeing there's two sides really of the pendulum, but the other side is the positive side in terms of when you're British. Okay, you're seen as a person that's noble or of note or value. You know, from Great Britain.
Yes, yeah, of course. But then there's the other side of like now they're pushing out this. Is it the ETIAS thing? They want to push out the ETIAS thing where you now have to apply for like a electronic travel authorization in order to access European, like the Schengen sort of area. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
They haven't rolled it out yet, but they said that by the end of this year, that's gonna be
Be serious
for British travellers.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a lot of tattoos on my passport, so I'm not sure that's going to happen anymore. But we shall see. By God's grace, all things are possible.
But
Okay.
but yeah, I think there's that side of it that is like, being a British citizen does come with its privileges.
It does.
And I think also it's like a lot of you only get to see those privileges outside of the country. I think
Not inside?
there is an aspect to it of it being inside as well, but I think I've seen it more for me personally outside of the country.
So is that because, as they say, just as how people view you, it's like identity, like character, personality, isn't it? So do you say Great Britain has lost its greatness because it's lost its identity, because it's pushing another agenda? The perks of being British is more or less perceived on the outside but of the UK, of the Isles, British Isles. But when you're in the island, when you're on land, it's like that isn't seen amongst everyone else.
Don't get me wrong. It is seen.
Okay.
It is seen. I think it's just that it's that thing of like you don't know that you're privileged until you actually become aware of it, sort of thing. And I feel like us being black and also being British as well has its like thing of, even though we are British, we're not treated as if we are. That makes sense, because obviously there's the racism.
Yeah.
That thing of people saying go back to your country, but then you're like, but this is my country. Like I was born here. There is that negative side to it. But what do you think are some of the positive sides of being black British, would you say, in terms of being inland now?
The perks being black and British is, well, one, I can more or less assimilate myself and have an understanding of British culture, but there's also another side of me being black and of diaspora, whereby I can more or less fusion and kind of blend the cultures, but also make it both distinct. As kind of makes me like a hybrid Brit. Makes me a hybrid Brit, like. But being black and British, like, because that's a statement. That's a identity which many have questioned. I'm even thinking, I was born here. I believe I'm British. I speak English as well. Pretty much my first language.
Yeah.
But when I'm home, it's two languages. It may not be, but I think the perks is being able to move around and be fluid. But then in that sense, it's like, okay, it's good to be fluid, but it's good to also know what you're standing on and just be firm in the thing and not be fluid and try to bend and appease. So I think that is something which a lot of people of the diaspora have come into UK and I guess ingrained themselves into UK and Britain, but have kind of still overcoming, working on.
I think you become aware of your privileges as a British black young person when you have friends that are either immigrants or international students and whatnot. Because like in uni, for example, we have loans to be able to get a degree, or in the fact that your education all the way up until you're 18 is free, and the experiences that happen for those international students and immigrants, it's not the same. And
They even got to pay more.
they got to pay more because
They got to pay more, yeah.
that's where universities get their money. They get their money from their international students. And it's like, that's when you become aware of the privileges that you have as a young Black British person, that you're able to have a free education and you're able to get a degree with a loan. That's another conversation as to whether the loan is manageable.
Hey.
But we'll leave that for another conversation.
That loan, yeah.
I do have another question. Do you think different generations would define greatness differently?
I say so, yeah. Like going back to my previous stance and like message in terms of how greatness in terms of like identity and just like being noble and being valuable and stuff like that. I feel the older generation kind of see that as like, okay, that's what greatness is,
Yeah.
But so the tangible things. But I think nowadays people are like, no, it's actually the intangible stuff, Yes, the wealth and the economy is great and good, but I think having the knowledge, having the insight and intellect, which I feel like that message was being passed out.
Yeah.
But I don't think people were competent or actually aware and clocked that it's actually also the intangible things. Because I feel like what we're seeing in terms of Great Britain, it's just like how your title can fade. Title fades, but the personality, character, like what the nation is, will always remain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
because who actually calls it Great Britain nowadays?
Yeah, Britain.
It's just England.
UK. You did UK.
Oh, you're from the UK. You're not from Great Britain.
Great Britain, yeah. I guess in terms of military and army, then yeah, because I know the old generation really respected and really honoured the military, really honoured the monarchy, so being like Great Britain, being British, it's a privilege, it's an honour, it's something you should wear like with pride, with greatness. Because there's things like the coronation, because I remember, I think the Queen, I'm not sure what Jubilee it was, but I was in primary school and that was a moment I was like, wow. For me, it's like, wow, I'm British. Yeah, because I just had a sense of pride with it, and just like, yes, like, but many, they've just been disassociated and disconnected with it because of the pain and what and how the British Empire has got or how UK has its wealth.
Yeah.
So.
And I think it would be a good way now to sort of delve into the frustrations around the decline and the things that are happening within this generation.
Yeah.
The biggest one being cost of living and the economy. So I think there's a lot of conversations around when you're going shopping, you're spending a significantly larger amount.
Oh yeah.
And there's conversations
Definitely.
like, the Freddos, the fudge,
Freddos,
those little
chicken and chips.
Chicken and chips. All of them used to be like under £1 or £1 or £2.
Poundland isn't even Poundland anymore. How come Poundland isn't Poundland anymore? No, riddle me that. Like honestly, that.
Oh, do you remember
the 99p, 99p? No.
There was a 99p store as well.
No, they're gone.
They're gone. Yeah, and it's like, why does surviving feel so expensive now? Why is it that I'm having to pay, like, have you seen the price of meat nowadays?
Good meat, not just any random
Not
meat.
just
Yeah.
like good.
Yeah.
Like my daily shopping now probably £30 for just 1 week, and I'm only one person.
Where you go, Aldi?
And still,
Asda. Oh, well, I mean, it's got my one's. Hey, I got say 50, £60 at most. Just £50, £60. Yeah.
for the month.
Because 30, but yeah, because I'm not just feeding my mouth. I'm feeding, I'm thinking about, thinking about the whole house, so.
But like for me, that I just live by myself.
Oh,
The
right.
fact that I'm having to spend £30, that's what £120 a month
Come on.
for one person, just to eat
Just to
food.
eat food, yeah.
And half of the time, it's rationing most of the time.
Yes.
So I think
It's like the decline has made us go back to what we were doing before. So just like how before, back in the day, well, I know during World War II and whatnot, they were rationing food and whatnot. So is it that the greatness has declined because we didn't, I guess, we took advantage of what was in front of us. But now that things are now, I guess, so-called a scarcity, or things are now become a major issue. It's like, oh no, now we've got to,
because I feel like also COVID played a major role in that, in the sense, the way that the country dealt with the lockdown, and then also the fact that, people, do you remember that time where everybody was trying to find toilet paper?
Hey, sometimes I wonder, like, it comes to my mind now and then. It's like, why was it loo roll people were after? Out of all things, loo roll. Like, okay, maybe people were eating beans and whatnot because I know they're quite reasonable. But come on, guys, like loo roll.
You would think maybe it's like water. Or like supplies, or even tin and canned food, but no, toilet roll.
But then I guess to be an advocate for them, I guess it's a case that not all loo roll is good loo roll as well.
Okay.
When you get the premium ones as well, the premium ones, the layered ones, they're like not just 1-2 layer, like a nice layered one.
Full play.
Yeah, full play. It's literally clean. But
Do you think that hard work has stopped guaranteeing progress? As in, like, do you feel like people are now just working to survive rather than actually enjoying the money that they've worked for?
Because I think people are working hard to try and enjoy the fruits of their labor, but there ain't that many low-hanging fruits. The fruits are quite, so yeah. It's a case where people are really pushing themselves to the maximum, to the limits, even though they can't even like physically do it. But yeah, from when they're even increasing retirement age further and further, like it is a thing of like, do people know rest? Does rest even exist anymore? Because we're all trying to chase and achieve and attain that thing that we want so dearly. But it's becoming a weird rat race.
It's become more exceedingly harder to save nowadays, because usually in budgeting they recommend you save, is it 20% of your...
Is it that 30, that 20, is that 20?
20, there's 50
that
somewhere.
50 something, yeah, that 50, 30, 20. Is it 50, 30, 20?
I think
20,
so.
yeah.
I think so. And it's like, because even me, I can personally say that I find it hard to save, because it's like, I have to pay rent, I have to pay for my food, I have to pay for travel, and it's like, I'm only one person, so you can only imagine how much more people are having to invest their income into just surviving.
Yeah. It's become a major issue, because even those are even leaving university to find and secure that role, a desired role. Then a lot of them are still applying and have to get universal credit.
Yeah.
Just to help them go by in life,
extra,
get that extra income and whatnot. And it's funny because, as I guess, it's fun. I guess I'm now moving on to your side where maybe it isn't so great, you know. I guess it hasn't been sensationalized. It's reality. But what's it? I do feel though, because the age where people find fulfillment has also moved on.
Yeah.
Like one can say at a time it was 21, everyone got their full-time role, got their stuff, they want it, and then it's now fast forward to present day 2026. It's like 25 or even further. People are still searching and still, you know,
still trying to find a job. It's like, but you know, there's something interesting that I saw, and it's a statement about how it takes a village.
Yeah.
And the loss of community. And I think I speak to a lot of people and they tell me that the thing that they don't like about this country is the fact that everybody is just to themselves. That they don't have that sense of community. That is in like, you can't just go up to your neighbour's house and say, oh, do you want to come round for tea? Or do you want or do you need any supplies or anything? Like you can't do that here. Not maybe you can't, but I just feel like it's not normal to do that. Like everybody's just to themselves, really selfless, and like.
At first, I did think that was very London specific. That's the only thing that's happening in London. But I think a trickle of like bits of that has spread nationwide, and that sense of community was a key pillar back in the day. That's why I say also the previous generation would honour, respect that, honour the monarchy, but as well as honour the monarchy, they would honour community, you know, and just everyone knows each other, you know. We don't need neighbourhood watch because everyone's on the watch, everyone's on the lookout, you know. So yeah, but I think fast forward to now, it's like it's every man for themselves. It's a thing of it's a thing of like, hey, I don't know you, so I'm not even trying to, you know. Yeah, like, hey, do as you please. That's kind of like the mantra, but such mantra has trickled into many other people's ways of living. And I think also that because of the influx of immigration and people coming in, people have hit a brick wall with that, you know, so they feel like they can't relate to them. So it does, I guess, create somewhat friction. Others that come to the UK, they assimilate, or they kind of marginalize and just segment themselves elsewhere, intentionally or unintentionally as well. So yeah, I think that's something a lot of people are seeing. A lot of people, I guess, also aren't seeing as well, and especially with the rise of a particular party, you know, reform. Reform. They say that people are quite afraid. So okay, will this increase a lot of fragmentation in communities that have a high diversity that are quite diverse in terms of ethnicity and whatnot? Like the major cities really, like the Birminghams, the Manchesters. But surprisingly, I think in Birmingham, there's a lot of reform votes.
Yeah,
so that's a bit okay.
It's a bit,
so that's very interesting. So I was like, hey, so I guess it's not about but hey.
It's not just about London, no.
No, it's not London.
I think it would be a good idea to actually talk about our perspective, like as young people, and you know, the political disconnection. I remember I made a post actually, and I was saying that I was actually really happy that in the midst of these local elections, that young people are now using their platforms, using their voice to now become part of the conversation. And it's like, it still goes back to that question that why don't schools teach young people about politics or about finance? Because you can see that that's something that will like heavily impact your life.
I think because they don't want people to, at the end of the day, when you're so clued up about information, or when you're even clued up about information, or just have an insight for something so early, you know, it helps a person move on further in life. It more or less accelerates them. But when they don't have no knowledge or insight of it,
Yeah.
it's a thing of, oops, that's not my fault, you know.
Yeah.
But also, it's a way of putting them in the direction, you know. You're not that mature to understand this, you know.
That's what
so
they always say.
you wouldn't understand it, you know.
Yeah.
But because if they told them early, their eyes would lighten up, and their eyes would be aware. They'd be well aware of what's happening around them, kind of thing. So to kind of more or less spot the difference and see the Mandela effect. This ain't this. You know.
Yeah, I think it would encourage them to start asking more questions and start challenging the
status quo
and how things are literally structured within the education system and as their lives as young people as well. It's like, but I think that it's an important aspect, and I do think that because, you know, the very fact that last year the Votes at 16 campaign was successful, and now the voting age was lowered to 16.
Yeah.
And I think that now more than ever, it's very much important for those 16-year-olds to understand the vote that they're about to make for their
It matters,
lives.
not just for themselves, but for those around them and for the generation to come as well.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I think. No, you were gonna say something.
No. Just like continuing that. Yeah.
I guess it will be another question to ask. Why do you think young people are so mentally exhausted? Because mental health is another massive issue in this country.
I guess it kind of goes back because now they've seen and they understand what's happening because they're now more aware.
Yeah.
And that's the thing as well. Sometimes knowledge, it does bring power, but it does bring some travesty. Travesty in the sense where, because you're so aware and you have an understanding of not just yourself, but things around you. But then also, it can also create the other effect, like they kind of don't know because they don't know themselves. They don't know what's around them.
No.
So, you know, so they trying to find themselves in a solution, but that solution may not be what they need or what they want. Because in terms of the political scene as well, I would say it's encouraging young people to look on the bright side.
No.
No. It's making them question what is next for me. For those that are in education right now, in terms of secondary school, I think those like teacher strikes, you know, so affecting those that were doing GCSEs. So those are like a major part for them to, you know, move on to the next step, because for them to even, I guess, get a good job if they want to work or do apprenticeship and whatnot, or even go to, you know, sixth form or college, they need that. But if they don't have that, it could be quite tricky for them. So, and then fast forward to university, COVID period, there was a time where there were strikes, people are still even trying to get compensation. And up until now, which, you know, I think a few did, but I don't think
that wasn't
the funds reflected what they went through. So there's a lot of stuff that's happening, and then, you know, there's like, I believe there's like laws and notions, well, not laws that have been pushed or set in stone, but like this Reform Party, for example, they were pushing on a notion of, you know, if you have a 2-parent household, or like you have 2 parents, like hey, let me not butcher it, but there's something about 2 parents, like if they don't have 2 parents, like they have to work, like in relation to working and things of that nature. So
are you talking about the child, like if they have more than 2 children?
No, I don't think that's it.
That they were-
No. I
you know-
don't think. No. There's something about working, parent not working, or to put.
Is it about the fact that if you don't have children, you pay more tax?
Something about they have to pay more tax. Something about tax, but I'm not sure. But hey, let me not butcher it. But yeah, all I'm saying is young people are quite fearful about tomorrow, which I guess push on your notion why people don't believe in the UK and want to leave, because they feel and believe that opportunities are more buoyant and guaranteed in other nations.
Yeah, and
So,
I guess
because it's that form of escapism. They want to escape their reality because they believe this situation that
when did you first become politically aware?
when did that come?
Yeah.
I think it was Brexit, or even before that, because I was reading a lot of newspapers. Metro, big up Metro. Yeah, it's now from a big, chunky newslet to one small one, but hey, big up Metro regardless. But yeah, I think from a young age, from primary school, I just clued up to
That's good.
what's happening in terms of pop culture, in terms of music, media scene, in terms of sports, and a lot of world news as well, in terms of what's happening in Africa, Asia, America, because there was always a world section. But
Yes.
most newslets, I think nowadays they still want to showcase what's happening outside of UK, but it's all vice versa. Whatever is affecting UK could affect another nation outside and whatnot. All these trade deals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I
but
think
yeah, it was that's for primary school from like year 3, year 2, year 3, year 4,
that's really
year
good.
4, year 4, year 5, year 3, year 4.
Between that one.
But yeah, I'm not sure if it was year 3, year 4, but yeah.
I think that you've touched on a really important point here, is that there is exposure out there. I just think that it's not encouraged enough for young people to be able to now invest in that. Because I remember I had this outlook of like, oh, why are they watching the news? The news is so boring. But really and truly, I never really understood how important watching the news.
That Al Jazeera, that's CNN,
I never realised how important.
that BBC, ITV, all of the above, Channel 4.
Yeah, and it's like, see, there's that aspect of journalism and politics that there's always like a, should I say, disrest between the two, because some journalists want to now showcase the bad side of things, and some journalists want to display the good side of things, and sometimes they do clash. So it's kind of like, now that
they all want to show their own narrative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and that can be confusing.
Yeah.
And now we've got apps like TikTok now that it's like start displaying all this content, and it's like
it's its own news publication in the sense where, like,
But do you
people
think
are updating us.
do you think that it's educating, or do you think it's manipulating people's aspects, especially with the rise of AI as well? Like,
yeah, TikTok has its benefits because now it's kind of thing of that's the first place of where people gain information, and validate information, because people, I guess, have lost trust in the major news corporations, those CNNs, BBC News, because they're also, majority of them are all under one conglomerate, like all under that Rupert Murdoch. So they're like, they just want to push that narrative, and also because newspaper articles, newspapers and whatnot, they're all some are not under any political stance, but others are quite firmly left wing, quite firmly right wing, Some try to be a bit liberal, but there's columnists. They will say as it is, you know what side they're on, eventually. So, but with TikTok, I think they do like to come with a blank canvas and paint it as we go, kind of thing, and the viewers, the people, the young people see it in real time, and they're like, okay, so that's what that is. Okay, so that's that kind of thing, and it's also broken down for them.
I think also, especially at the time where the bombing with Iran and the US, especially, I think that was probably the most recent time where we've seen like the war in action and what that looks like on social media. Because I remember I was seeing lives of people in Dubai, and I was seeing in the bombings, and also people were now giving their own opinions about it.
Yeah.
And you can really see how TikTok and the platform and how people have used that platform now to be able to kind of like shed a light into insights of their opinions, but also to manipulate as well, because of, you know, a lot of the content, some of them were actually AI. But it would never, but it's never been disclosed that it was. I think the biggest thing was somebody noticed that the president of Israel, whilst he was giving a speech, had 6 fingers, sorry.
Yeah, AI is very scary, man. Very scary. Sometimes I'll be like, I saw a video actually. Some guy was showing like his parents were showing him a video, and he was like, "This is AI now. This is AI. This is AI. This is AI." And honestly, it's like it's true, because you really gotta also be vigilant of what you're watching, because like even transpired to what I said prior, because like some things it's pushing the agenda, and fake news does push a narrative. A lot of that was happening, especially with the Southport incident, where the young person killed some young girls that were in Ariana Grande like dance session. Yeah, but the fake news translated it and conjured the perpetrator into a person that was a terrorist. So that caused a lot of uproar for a lot of people in Southport, but all around the UK, to think it's a terrorist attack when it wasn't. You know,
it's that manipulation.
And it's just that pushing an agenda, pushing, you know, also political agendas, but you know, pushing just all sorts of agendas.
We could talk about this all day.
Yeah. But should we hit the big questions?
We should hit the big questions.
All right. Okay.
You hit me.
You hit me. All right. Right hook. What stance? Orthodox. Okay. Quick fire, yeah? So when I say quick fire, big questions, and it's a quick fire one. So yes or no. I guess you could add a little seasoning and explain, but I'm gonna be sharp.
Quick one.
Okay, question 1.
Okay.
1. So, are you in agreement with this or not? More police or more youth centres? Which one are you in agreement with? So, more police or more youth centres?
More youth centres.
I was gonna say why, but good fight, big question. All right, next one. All right, higher taxes or fewer public services?
Oh, what? Can I ask a follow-up question?
Okay.
Higher taxes for who?
Higher taxes for who? Let's say, well, for what people want to happen, for the wealthy, that top 1%, that top 5%, those ones, the top, the upper echelons.
I'll say higher taxes then.
Okay, fair enough.
My turn.
Your turn, okay.
You know NCS, right?
NCS.
National
Is that
Citizen Service.
Is that
16,
what we done?
17
What people done? I missed that, you know. I didn't go.
I need to do that.
But yeah, that's
Should they bring that back?
What, did they stop it?
Yes.
No, why did they stop that?
They didn't have, because we got Labour now. That was under Conservative government.
NCS, I know.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think they should bring that back, because I know a lot of people that, you know, made friends with people in their local area that they didn't know. And yes, I think they should bring that back. And maybe for 25 plus, you know, NCS 25 plus, so, you know, we can, so I can reconnect people in my area, or connect people in my area.
Last one.
Okay.
Since we were talking about making Britain great again, does Britain care enough about young people? Just yes or no?
And we're not talking about regionally, you know what I mean? We're not talking about...
No, we're talking
about...
generically.
I know Medway's doing a lot, trying to do that, but I say no.
Okay.
I say no, unfortunately.
Why? Why?
Because there's many young people within that age bracket of 18 to 25. Snap, I'm going back on my word. But I say no, because the young people of between that age bracket of 18 to 25, you know, they seem to be those that are, a high percentage of them are not in employment. So there's a lot of needs. Yeah. There's a lot of needs. So yeah, that's an issue. And in terms of mentorship and guidance, not a lot of that, which, you know, brings about the increase of, you know, antisocial behaviour and crime.
Those job centres are not doing a good job in that.
You know what? I think it's because there's a lot of people are subscribed to it, and there's a lot of people, so they can't cope.
Pressure,
you know, so yeah. And that's why with that, a lot of people, some people want to say, I think enough is enough, we draw the line. So yeah. But hey, I guess they aren't doing enough. Britain isn't having young people enough yet. That time will come.
I guess a best way to just wrap it up.
Wrap.
Is that I think in order to make Britain great again, I think it just emulates from your last point that, you know, there needs to be an investment into the future.
Yeah.
And that future is its young people.
I say so as well. But I say there are a lot of initiatives that are now coming up to support those even within the needs, the 18 plus, 16 plus. I think those grassroots organisations, a lot of grassroots organisations are coming up to help support young people and just their development. And there's been a lot of projects that have inquired and done pieces of co-production, you know, that helped, that collab with young people. You know, we've done it. We've been, you know, but just because of us, there are many others that haven't been exposed or are aware of that. So yeah, there's a lot to be done.
Well, that was a very reflective and thought-provoking conversation about the state of the country. Favourite topic. But it's important to talk about, and you know, feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments. Share this video if you feel like it has resonated with you and you feel like you want to raise more awareness about the topic. But unfortunately, we must conclude.
But please remember, politics isn't a distant thing. It's essentially everyday life.
That's right.
It's what's around us, you know. Yeah. So you can be a change, you can make an influence and be that impact, you know.
Be the change.
So
anyway, that's been us.
That's us.
Stay blessed.
Stay blessed, yeah.
Stay hydrated.
Take a couple gulps because I actually need some H2O. I'll be so real.
And we'll see you in the next episode.
See ya. Over and out.